Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know, my name is pronounced Aisha. I let people call me Aisha, but it's pronounced Aisha. I'm a 6-foot tall woman and I live in Manhattan. Lately I've been making YouTube videos about what it's like being a 6-foot tall woman. So, okay. Tall women deal with a lot of aggression that other people are not aware of. For me, the majority of the aggression comes from people that are angry that they're not 6 feet. Other women my height deal with this too. There are also people that are hostile towards us, not because they wish that they were 6 feet, but because, a woman being tall is threatening for them. And rather than just ignoring us, they go out of their way to get aggressive with us completely unprovoked. People feel insecure next to us, and so they have this desire and this need to try to hurt us and to try to dominate us to make themselves feel better. Only one of us is miserable on the inside. Only one of us is trapped in a cage that we'll never be able to escape from. So what happened was, at the beginning of last year, January of last year, that was my first time putting effort into dating in almost a decade, which is really unfortunate. But when I moved to New York City, all my effort and energy went towards, trying to make enough money because New York is expensive. I went to a prestigious school, so I wanted to try to have a prestigious career. That didn't work out, and I'll tell you about that in another video. I didn't put any effort into dating until January of last year. That was my first time, actually putting effort into dating. And I mostly went on dates with guys that I met on dating apps. All of them were taller than me. All of them range from like 6 feet to 6'9". Okay, so I mentioned in my other YouTube videos, in 2018 was when people started attacking me for being tall out of nowhere, right? That's never happened to me before in my entire life. So I came to the conclusion that they don't like tall women in Manhattan. And I know some of it is jealousy because, as I mentioned, I've had people admit that they were jealous. So it's not like I'm imagining it. I've had people pull me to the side and admit it. Okay, so I know I'm not imagining it. This started happening in 2018, so I came to the conclusion that they don't like tall women in Manhattan. I think they think that we're all models and we all live a prestigious life, which is why people like to attack us. I think that's what it is, because there are a lot of models that live here. And, they have rich boyfriends that work on Wall Street. They get free food, free vacations. They live in luxury apartments that they don't even pay for. And so I think everybody thinks that tall women live the way the models live. But 99% of tall women are not models. So we don't have the life that they have. So I concluded they don't like tall women in Manhattan. So you can imagine how surprised I was when I started dating men that were taller than me January of last year. And it was interesting to see how everybody is a lot nicer when you're in public with a man who's over 6 feet. And I'm not exaggerating. Cashiers, secretaries, waiters. When I'm by myself in public, they start out nice, but then by the time I leave, like, they have an attitude. And this happens all the time. They might make a little comment about me. They'll act like I'm bothering them. They might ignore me. They just do all this little petty passive aggressive things. I've had them turn to a coworker and say, I don't like her. She makes me mad sometimes because her height is so stunningly beautiful. So that's why I don't like her. Because her mother married someone tall and my mother didn't. Oh, sorry. Anyways, yeah, that happens when I'm by myself. But then when I'm in public with a man who's taller than me, it's the opposite. People are so much nicer. Cashiers, waiters, secretaries, they move a lot faster. They're more apologetic. They're more bubbly. They're more talkative. They crack jokes. They're a lot more polite. Even people that are on the same elevator as us or walking past us, everybody is nicer when I'm in public with a tall man. And I'm like, oh my gosh. It's and the thing that really caught me off guard the most, as I mentioned, I'm used to men 5'9" and shorter getting aggressive with me unprovoked. In Manhattan, people speak their minds. So if they see something they like or if they see something they don't like, they will announce it. That's how it is in Manhattan. And so, the little angry men, they hurl insults at me all the time, as well as other women my height, because they're jealous. But when I'm in public with Mr. Over 6 feet, the little angry men, it is exactly the opposite. They will stare at me. They will keep staring at me from a distance with this look on their face like they're about to cry. And I'm not even kidding. They'll stare at a distance like they're about to cry. I had a few times they walked over to me and stared at me with this look on their face like they were about to cry. And I guess they thought I was gonna comfort them or something, but I'm used to them attacking myself and women my height unprovoked, so that wasn't gonna happen. Sometimes they'll walk over to me and start pretending to be nice when I'm with a tall man. And I use the word pretend because that doesn't happen when I'm by myself. So I don't know, I guess they get triggered or they feel insecure or whatever. And the guys that I was dating, some of them noticed the way people were staring at us. Like, there's one guy who I spend a lot of time around, he's 6'5". He's actually just a friend of mine. One time he and I were together and he was like, why are people staring at us like we just killed their dog? And then another time I was with him and he's like, why are the short men staring at us like they're butthurt? They look so butthurt. And I'm like, yeah, they do that all the time. Those particular days, I did not notice anybody staring at us, but there's been other days where I did notice people staring at us with this look on their face like they were about to cry, and I'm not even kidding. He didn't notice, but I noticed. But then, like, you know, one time there was this guy I met at the gym. We went on a few dates. The guy was 6'4". According to him, everybody at the gym was staring at us. I didn't see anybody staring, but he said everybody was staring, and he said he liked the attention, and it made him feel good, and it made him feel like a man. I'm like, okay. But yeah, that kind of surprised me. Being with a tall man is like when I'm with one, even if he's just a friend of mine, everybody's a lot nicer. I guess because they're scared. I think they're scared of them. They're intimidated by them. Like people who say to us, you guys have a great height. You guys have a really nice height. Like I can always see this look in their eyes. And I'm not imagining this. Like they have this look in their eyes like, I don't know. It kind of looks like they're holding back tears, but it's either tears from jealousy or fear. Like I think it's one or the other. And I don't think tall men notice because it's their normal everyday life, so they probably don't think anything of it. But like people are just so much nicer towards me when I'm with a man who is taller than I am. And I guess because they're intimidated, so they think they have to be really nice. But it made me feel like I was stepping into a whole new world, and I enjoyed it. I was on the fence about marrying somebody shorter than me, but ever since I started noticing that, you know, the really tall men's size intimidates everyone into being on their best behavior, now I'm like, all right, I got to put more effort into, you know, meeting someone that I can be with long term. So, yep, just wanted to share that story. If you're a tall woman, when you're with a tall man, do people act differently towards you versus when you're by yourself? If so, let me know in the comments. More videos coming soon. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and comment and share and subscribe. Bye.